Hi, I'm Rebecca Roan and I'm here with Dr. Michelle Johnston for your halftime conversation, and we're discussing the Southern Association of School and Colleges Reaccreditation, otherwise known as the SACS Reaccreditation. Dr. Johnston, what is the SACS and how does it affect Montevallo?
SACS is a nationally recognized accreditation. It's an accountability measure where every university and college, whether it's 2-year, 4-year, whatever type of institution it is, from very small institutions with 100 students to mega institutions with 30 and 40 and 50,000 students. And what the standards that are used to measure the quality of the institution, it's looking at everything from grounds and security, academic programs, our business functions, our facilities, our athletics programs, our administration, our faculty, everything is looked at. And for every institution, the same standards are used to measure the quality of the institution. Do you meet your mission? Do you have quality programs where you look at how you're doing, you measure your abilities and your success, and then you make changes based on what you found so that there's a continuous improvement? And this seal of, I guess, recognition for universities is so important because it means that we have met those standards and that the community, legislators, families, students can know that it's a quality program and that it has been reviewed by your peers and kind of has met that that standard. Okay, and how long has the university been working on this? Well, it is a continuous process. You're never out of accreditation mode. You're always working on it. We've really been working for the last 4 years very heavily on it to make sure all of our documentation and that we're just collecting things from the various groups on campus, every unit, every office, every organization, every department, every major, all of those things. We have to gather that information, and that takes a lot of time to make sure you've got good documentation, that it's clear, that all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. So we've been working on it very hard for the last 3 to 4 years.
Okay, and the university was working on a QEP program last year. How does that program influence the reaccreditation?
The Quality Enhancement Plan, the QEP that you're referencing, for us it's information literacy, and in the reaccreditation process they require every institution to select a project that's focused on improving student learning. And the QEP for us is just part of that accreditation process, and when our SACS team came to campus to visit, that was the focus of their visit, to look at our QEP and say, what are you doing, how are you going to affect student learning and influence the students and your academic program overall.
Okay, and with the reaccreditation, were all majors reaccredited?
Yes, they look at every major, every program, every minor, every concentration. It's our whole academic program, and not only looking at the program itself, but what are the courses, are the faculty that are teaching those courses, are they the best that they can be, and do they meet all the qualifications that you would want and that you're paying for in terms of your tuition dollars, and do they really meet that high quality and effectiveness standard with their own credentials? But also they're looking at the facilities that those programs are delivered in and every aspect of the program. So all of the majors are accredited because the institution is accredited. Okay. But as a university, we also have some specialized accrediting for different programs that also is another process. It's not a SACS process, but it's different accrediting programs. So, but yes, in the SACS process, they look at everything, all of our majors.
And what would happen to a university or a program if it didn't become accredited?
Well, that's a very good question because it's serious, and this shows how important this is for the university. Every 10 years, universities are reaccredited. It's on a rolling cycle. And if you are not reaffirmed in this process, it's very serious for your students and your institution. Most institutions don't continue to survive without it, because without accreditation, our students would not be eligible for federal financial aid programs like Pell Grants and other loans and things like that, and we would have no federal dollars that would be able to come in. And your credits would not transfer. Because one of the requirements that we have for students who transfer in is that their credits come from a regionally accredited, like SACS, accreditation, and there are only a small number of those approved accreditors in the country.
Okay, and I saw that we were invited to serve as a model for other schools. What does that mean to the university?
Well, it really means a lot for us in terms of continuing to share with our prospective students and families and donors and legislators that we are a quality institution. So it's another one of those things that says, hey, Montevallo is here, and we are really setting a standard and a level in higher education, not only in the state but beyond that. What happened was that our process, all the documentation that we had to provide, and then the group that came to campus to visit us and really see if we met and really lived up to what we said on paper, they said, you know what, we think how Montevallo has done this is really a model for how other institutions should approach this. And so we were selected to all of our materials to be on display for other institutions to look at and to access, and to say, you know, how did they go about this in presenting their information. And so that's how we were really a model within SACS for other institutions.
Okay, and how common is it for other universities to actually get feedback from the SACS accreditation and have no feedback and have no sanctions that they need to meet?
Right, it really is not very common that you have the kind of clean bill of health that we got, and we were just ecstatic about it. And it was a lot of people that went into making that happen. Virtually everybody on campus, from students, faculty, and staff, and Board of Trustees members, friends, supporters, all of those that really made that happen. It was definitely a village that made it happen. And it's very uncommon. Only about 5% of institutions, out of all of the institutions in the southeastern states, and you're talking about over 700 institutions, only about 5% receive that kind of visit and outcome from reaffirmation.
Okay, great. And how long does our reaccreditation last for?
It is a 10-year process. In 5 years, we will have to do a mid-year kind of monitoring report. It's a 5-year report that we'll have to go through much of the same kind of process that we have for this point for the 10-year. And so that means for institutions that this is not something that you do and then you sit back, that you have to always be, you know, continuing to improve and measure your success and be able to report that.
Okay, and if someone would like to find out any more information about the reaccreditation, where should they go to seek that information?
Well, on our website, on the main page of the university website, there is a link there to our reaffirmation, and you can find more information about who all was involved, what went into it. A lot of the documentation is there, and also the SACS site. It's sacscoc.org. You can find information there about the process and all the other institutions, and get a little bit more information about the accreditation.
Okay, well, thank you. That gave me a lot of information.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm Rebecca, and this was your Halftime Conversation.